tonight is about our mentoring program, and the donations tonight go in full to the Kid and Calf Mentoring Program. I want to take a minute to share with you what that is. Every summer, we have kids come out and we give them calves. I don't know, are they down by the creek resting right now, or are they out in the pasture? Okay, they're out wandering around. Sometimes when it's hot, they like to... Are they? Good, good. They like to stay in the shade down by the river sometimes, but what we do is the kids come out to the property and in weekly visits, they come out for 3-hour visits, and everybody was like, they won't come back. Well, this is our 11th season. We started this program in 2007. And some of our 2007 kids are still coming back. They're still calling us when they have problems, or God tells on them and lets us know they're having problems, and we call them. But we like to stay in touch with them. So when they come out to the property, the first hour, you guys always were grooming your calves. They learn, about curry combing them, how to take care of them, how to interact with their calves. To start with, a lot of times the calves are real nervous because they've come from cattle auctions, and where's Mama? And who are these creatures? And these kids have learned, that calves are a lot like us, because a lot of them just, are nervous. They're wondering what's gonna happen to them, And a lot of them can relate to that. But our calves are kind of like us, because some of them are very gentle and easygoing. And when you get one of them, it's really nice, isn't it? Because it does so good in the showmanship competition, and it just does what you want it to do. And then some of them are stubborn. We had several stubborn ones, didn't we, this summer? And that reminds us of us sometimes, because when we're stubborn, we don't do what we're supposed to do. And a lot of times when we are stubborn, God has to tighten the reins.
Right.
He gives us, freedom until we act out, and then He chastens those whom He loves. So when the calves get stubborn, you guys have to grip them a little tighter, don't you? Grab the rope a little harder. Grip them a little tighter. Don't give them so much room to be ornery and stubborn and kicking and jumping around. And they learn that somebody loves them and cares about them. So the first hour, they're spending working with the calves and getting ready. We have Kid and Calf Olympics every summer. And in Kid and Calf Olympics, they compete for ribbons and medals and in bottle chugging competition, which a milk bottle for a calf is like your half-gallon bottle, and they chug those, and the one who gets done first in our first heat holds their bottle up in their first place, and then we have a chug off between the first place winners. And we have a lot of fun with that. And then we have a showmanship competition where they actually have a judge that comes out and judges them based on the knowledge of their calf, what they've learned, how well they're interacting with their calf and showing it, getting it to do the things they need it to do. And these kids have done a super job. Sonny here step up a minute, he had knee surgery a couple weeks ago, and despite that, he still came out for the Kid and Calf Olympics and wanted to show his calf. And did show his calf. And Griffin helped him with the chugging competition, because he was only supposed to be having 25% weight bearing on that leg. So Griffin helped him out. We had a great time with you this summer. We've enjoyed you a lot. I hope you're coming back next year. Each time that we have had our sessions, they work with their calves, then we go out for group time under that tree, and that's when God moves. Because we start sharing everything from the basics of how many of you believe there's a God? How many of you kind of do, but you're not sure yet? How many of you have been told that, the Big Bang Theory or evolution is where you came from, and you believe that? I want to know exactly, truthfully. And every one of these kids back here is a believer in God. That is awesome. A lot of times, to start with, that's not very many.
Right.
But the more we talk to God, the closer we get. The more we know His voice.
Right.
And we can follow Him in His guidance. So that's my fun part, is out there when we're teaching them about how to have a relationship with the Lord and how to listen to the right voices, make the right choices. We've talked about everything from heaven and hell and baptism and suicide and depression and drug addiction and alcoholism. And we scratch the surface. And we pray that you guys take those Bibles that you were given today and really learn from them. Good. I'm glad you started reading yours. Sonny, would you share that verse that you memorized? Would you mind?
Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, says the
Glory to
Lord.
God. Come on now.
Not for the. Okay. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, not for disaster, but to give you a future and a hope.
Yes. Amen.
Group time. Then we feed them lunch before we go, and that's always a fun time. We have had so many people who have helped. First, I want to recognize the kids. They can come back as ambassadors each year, but only 1 year are they given a calf and the funds for that calf. Because when the calves are sold, we put all of that money into a fund that's called a Betterment Fund. And there will be a 2017 Betterment Fund that will be divided between those of you who were in the program and completed it this summer. And they can use that for, we tell them we won't get them a go-kart or a bicycle, but they can use it for things that better their life. Some have used it to buy music instruments, take music lessons, for sports fees, for youth camps, for eyeglasses, for braces, for tuition, for computers for college, for their first cars as they're getting their first jobs and need transportation. We have, like I said, done this since 2007. I can't tell you how much we've given out, a lot, but we have over $40,000 set aside for those kids that have gone through the program that haven't taken their funds yet. That's what our God does. Depends on the youth market and how it's doing. That sets the standard. But we have so enjoyed you guys. I got Maggie Coates. Maggie Coates was a special part of our program this summer, and I thoroughly enjoyed having you in here because I found out that her mom was the aunt of a kid who used to pretty much sleep on my couch downstairs for about a year. He hung out with my son, and I didn't even know you guys were related at all. You're from Potwood, right? And Maggie got a special trophy from us this summer because we gave her the Endurance Award. She had a few struggles, which life can send. Her calf that she chose was sick when he came to us. He had pneumonia and he wasn't doing real well. But Maggie loved on it, worked with it, and some weeks it was doing pretty good. But her calf didn't make it. And so what we told her was we want her to come back next year and have first pick of the calves next year. But she completed this season anyway. She came every week. And if there was an extra calf, you were working with it for that person that wasn't here, weren't you? So give Maggie a hand tonight. Maggie was one who was baptized this morning too because she's given her life to the Lord. God bless you. So proud of you. Justice. Come on up here, little gal. She's mighty. This is Justice Teasdale. Is that how you say it? And I tell you what, this little gal worked really good with her calf this summer. I love that picture of you with your calf. You take that home with you. Dana is her foster parent, and she is going to take those for you. And Justice, you have been so much fun this summer. We're so glad that you came out and you helped us. She did awesome. She did awesome in her competitions too. Callie. Callie, there you are. Oh, Carly. You know what? I typoed you. I'm going to have to see you again because I'm going to need to fix this. I know you're Carly. I like that picture of you. Carly came to us off of our Facebook page. Yeah. We have a Facebook page, Gospel of Grace Ministries, and I got a note from your mom. Where's Mom at? Your mom.
She's in the back.
There you are. Got a note from her, and she was asking about spaces in our Kid and Calf program, and I was like, yeah, I'm making calls right now, so we'd love to have her, and I'm so glad that you came. And Carly kind of set a trend, because about 3 weeks ago, on her way home, she was talking with her mama about how she had given her life to the Lord. And she was talking about wanting to be baptized. We hadn't even talked about it here yet. And so her mom said, well, let's go and we'll talk to your Sunday school teacher, in the morning, and talk to the pastor. And Sunday school teacher was all for it and excited. After she talked to the pastor, though, I think you were a little nervous, and she wasn't so sure anymore. And her mama called me and said, on the way home today, this is what happened. And she said, and I just felt led to share with her that, well, next week we're going to be talking about baptism. And I said, you know what? We have a baptism at the end of each Kid and Calf season. Sometimes we baptize kids, parents, whole families. And she said, you know what? I prayed on the way home, and I said, God, if there's a chance, it would be so neat. I wonder if they've ever thought about baptizing out there. And she said, I think I just got my sign from God. So Callie was baptized this morning, and because of her, 2 others made that decision. Gabby has been around us for a couple of years now, and you waited your turn, didn't you? Because she had a couple of sisters that have been in the program. And we usually only do 2 from any given family in the summer. And so she was out here last year, but this year she got her calf. And she did awesome. Her calf's name was Hero. And Hero was the biggest of the bunch. And every now and then it was the hungriest of the bunch too, wasn't it? It just decided on the Olympics day that it was going to be hungry. But you still won second? I think she won second, this big second place ribbon. She did a great job with her calf, and we have loved having you back out here. And her mama and her daddy and her sisters that are ambassadors, we appreciated you guys. They helped us a lot with everything from cleanup in the kitchen and cooking. We need all that help we can get. We love you guys, so you come back see us too, okay? And I was blessed with 2 brothers that have been awesome. Dun, dun, dun. Brent and Brandon Schultz. And you guys have just been so much fun to have out here. It was a real blessing, and I hope you guys come back next year and help us as ambassadors as well. And I appreciate Dad had helped us some in the kitchen different times too. Brent and Brandon, and they worked so good with your calves. What was your calf's name? I forget. Brian for short. And Lucky. And those calves got some much needed attention. You guys did really great. We appreciated you being out here. And Sonny, I mentioned you earlier. The Sonny came to us from Tim Rankin, through Tim Rankin. And Tim, wherever you're at, there he is. We love him to pieces. He brings these kids to us, and I am so thankful that there are people like him, aren't you? Man, he's a caring guy.
Foster
folks at the most.
Right there.
That's right, they sure do. And he would even help us by setting out, the coolers with the ice and things. I pulled up and I was like, yeah, Tim is here. He's got the ice and the water jugs out. And, He was a big help. And I made deviled eggs for him this morning. And sorry, they ate them all before you got here. Sonny, we appreciate having you, and I'm praying that that leg finishes healing up. God has good things in store for you, mister. Sarah has been an awesome ambassador for us. Sarah, you come on over. Samantha, you too. Any other ambassadors out there? Griffin, I know I'm going to recognize you in a minute. Sarah? Samantha? We've had ambassadors that have been coming back and helping us. Give me a hug, girl. This is the girl who actually your offerings helped a few concerts back. She was having some health issues and had to go to Colorado, and we had that benefit concert. And God has been working on you, hasn't He? He has. She looks good. She looks real good. She's a blessing to us, and we're glad to have her back as an ambassador. And she was here with her sister and her family. So make sure you come back, okay? Twist their arm and bring them back. We need that. Thank you guys for all you do.
Program around, and that if you know anyone that would love to have help from God and would like to help raise a calf, please invite them. We would love to have them.